Hello and welcome back to Megan TT Hobbies. I've got this long overdue series that I'm gonna get going on, and these are in person recaps for our 2025 season. I'm gonna kind of do them chronologically, probably film a bunch all at once, and then periodically have them publish. So, our um, season for 2025. It was kind of interesting. Um, we mainly go to high A games in Peoria, Illinois, and then we go to double A games in Springfield, Missouri, because we're Cardinals fans, but both of these have access to not only the Cardinals teams, but some of the other good teams as well. Peoria plays in the Midwest League. Springfield plays in the Texas League. Um, in general, this season was kind of interesting. Um, it rained like every time in the spring. I tried to take my boys to a game, and with school and stuff, it would have to be on the weekends. And it just rained a lot. Um, so we did pop in to Peoria in, I think it was early May, from what I can find. Um, Not 100% sure, but I think it was in early May. We were able to catch one game in Peoria. They were playing Beloit Skycarp, who is the high A of the Marlins, and at the time they were pretty loaded. I remember there was some rain that week, um, but we only got into the one game. So that's the one I'm going to cover now. It was a decent return. Challenges with Peoria this year, they put in the netting that they had to all the way around. It kind of can be raised at the end of the dugout. It's not great, but it is what it is. At least the sides can be raised so you can still get players at the dugout, and then the access is still the same on the outside, where both teams come out, same door, easy access for them. So let's go ahead and get started. Try to put these kind of in grouped. So Cade Winquest, and I had needed him on some team set stuff, so he knocked out a bunch of those for me. A guy that quickly became one of our favorites, John Gazdar, didn't have anything at the time, so we just made him some customs. Joseph King, who had been hurt, so we were able to get him on some team set cards, and a few of those need to head out to Chase over at Chase and Ink. Josh Baez had this really cool Inception because he did start in Peoria, but he went for a tear. Ryan Campos is a great signer. He was definitely better at the beginning of the season than the end, so showed him lots of different fun ones. You know, he would easily knock out a page for us at a time, and you can see that he would do a bunch. Juan Bin Cho still continued to be two per. Did not have a great season. I would think that he leaves the Cardinals organization at some point. Zach Levinson, another great signer. He got hurt at the end of last season. He like broke his wrist or something. So we had a bunch for him. Got him. Main target was on the team set cards. But he'll sign everything that we show him, like every time we see him, and we would see him a lot, especially since he got promoted. So a lot of these, there's a lot of dupes and stuff in there. that I'll try to make some trades on. Payton was the athletic trainer again, so just had a random team set card. We got lucky, and Bernard Gilkey was there. I might have a couple more of his cards somewhere, but we didn't have a lot of time to prepare for that, so I just kind of grabbed whatever I could. So Beloit Yiddy was still there. Cappy or Cappe, we've gotten him before. Amarian Boyd, used to be with the Phillies, so I think this is a draft. So that was cool to get some on a draft and get some that hopefully I can trade. Fenwick Trimble, we got lucky and he was there. Gage Miller. And then Garrett Forrester. He was an awesome signer and hit a ton. These are Bowman draft as well, so I had a bunch. And then he had pro debut, so got a couple of those. Noble Meyer, he actually would sign like everything we have. He would just personalize. I haven't tried to mess with it at all, so these are all to Megan, but he would hit the, handful that I showed him. And then had to come up with some more customs. Michael Schneider liked these. I really like that one because it's like snow rain. Connor Cosnetti played at Purdue, so I got to talk to him about that. Ryan Ignafo, they just had these like fun pictures on social media. We were able to get him later on, there's some more. He took care of those for us too. And then also Holt Jones, who at the time didn't have a card, eventually had one, and then also had a Midwest League top prospect. And then I don't even know how to pronounce this, but Echedri Vargas, I guess. But this is a Bowman draft. So that was cool. But, sorry about that. That's a nice little chunk to knock out for one game, especially, this was probably the time where there was guys there, like, the fewest amount of guys that had cards, by far, especially for Peoria. So it would change over the season. In general, we got to like 4 or 5 games at Peoria. I forget if we hit the 5th one or not, for sure. And then I think we got to 7 at Springfield. We didn't get to any in Memphis this year, and then we didn't get to any in Indianapolis for AAA like we've had in the past. So that's the first one. I'm gonna mark these with like dates and like who they played, and then so you'll see all of them coming. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.